Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. I want to welcome you to Barbara Stamp Pad, a sunny Sunday afternoon from San Antonio, Texas. Today is March the 5th, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want to welcome you, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. And if you're watching from YouTube, in your bottom right hand corner, there's a little kitty cat holding a subscribe button. If you hover over that, you can subscribe. If you're on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you turn on your bell notifications. That way you know when I go live or I upload a video. So let's see, got a couple on. Hello Stella, Beverly. Highlight a couple of those. Hello. Now we have Mary Ellen with us from Chile, Montana. It says it's 79 here, and it's very sunny, very pretty outside. It was gorgeous yesterday, you guys. Gorgeous. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a new class today, for sure, for sure. And I forgot to change my host code. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Hold please. I literally forgot to change my host code. I knew there was something I forgot to do before I came on here. Let me see if I can edit this real quick. We are March 1st through 15th. And I can't type today. Let me change that, let me save that, and then I can put this on the screen. Let's see if I did that right. I think so. All right, so orders of $35 or more March 1st through the 15th using that host code is going to receive a free class kit using the Irresistible Blooms bundle. And that is going to be the featured bundle for this month. And you would know that if you're on my email list, because that email list went out on the 1st. But this is the first chance for me to do the live video for the class. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And for those of you that regularly watch me, you're going to recognize a couple of the cards, okay? Mary Ellen says, we are 28 degrees and trying to snow. Yeah, that's too cold for me, Mary Ellen. You can keep that weather over in Montana. We had that several weeks ago, but we never got snow. Us Texans are kind of, you know, we get a little bit of drizzle on the ground and stuff starts shutting down. We're not made for weather like that, so I got flip-flops on right now. All right, so there is the, I'm going to leave that banner up for now. And let me go ahead and get started with some announcements. Just want to wish anybody that's got a birthday in the month of March a happy birthday. And if you're on my email list, make sure that I have your birth date so that you can receive that automatic email with your free, I know you can't see that, let me take that down, right? Your free birthday offers. All right. And we have Paper Pumpkin. We're going to be celebrating 10 years of Paper Pumpkin, you guys. And so with that, what they're doing is they're creating this gorgeous new box. It'll be a collectible since it's 10 years. And this particular one is going to have all the supplies you need to create 9 cards. 3 of each designs with 9 coordinating envelopes, and the stamping spot that'll be included in that is polished pink. So you have until March the 10th, so you still have 5 more days to subscribe. And if you're not sure how to subscribe, the link to the description to join my Paper Pumpkin group is in the event description. And you can pay as you go by subscribing monthly, or you can choose to purchase prepaid codes. And prepaid codes are actually the best way to gift a subscription. So if you have anybody in mind that is crafty, or you're going to be thinking of birthdays and just different occasions later this year, if you want to gift some prepaid subscription codes, you can do that. And by the way, see if I can unhide that. I got an email from Paper Pumpkin, somebody about a year ago, maybe not quite a year ago. I need to go back and look. I have no idea who it was. Somebody, and you know what? It might have even been at a retreat for all I know. I gifted somebody a Paper Pumpkin subscription code. And I got an email that it still hasn't been used. So maybe I can go back in that email, but if you remember getting as a prize for me, I want to say it was at a retreat, maybe last spring. Since it's been a year, get with me. I'm going to try to find out who that is so I can get with you, because I would hate for you to lose that code before it expires. So they do expire. But anyway, make sure that you register by March the 10th. And if you want to pause your subscription or add a couple of extra boxes, you just make sure you go into your account before the deadline, which is March the 10th, and do that. Otherwise, you'll automatically be billed and sent the next box. And there are no, you can do those, month to month. Like I said, there's no obligation. You can try it for a couple of months and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then you can just cancel it. But really, these kits have everything that you need in order to do the projects for that particular month. So all we usually suggest is a pair of paper snips, maybe a bone folder, that kind of stuff. But I've never had a paper pumpkin. Well, I say that, but there's probably been one Paper Pumpkin kit in the past several years that just didn't, sit with me. So, but for the most part, if you are challenged for coordinating products, those are the best gifts to receive and the best gifts to give as well. So, and then we also have a new kit. It's called the Colorful Kaleidoscope Kit, and makes these cute cards. I believe the kit is $23, and it is available now out on the website. And then also now you can purchase the online exclusives, if you remember, which was the Irresistible Blooms bundle, the loose frosted dots, which, by the way, the loose frosted dots are already unavailable. I think they're just out of stock. I didn't look to see what weekend they're coming back, so just know that. Let's see, and I'll show you the products here in a little bit. So let me catch up on some comments. Beverly says, transplanted Texas Colorado from 12. Thank you for sharing, Beverly. Beverly is watching from YouTube. Beverly is also one of my moderators. I also have another moderator. She might pop in later, Stampin' with Shannon. So that's the dog making all kinds of noise in the living room. So if you have any questions during the demonstration and I don't see your comments, Beverly or Shannon will be more than happy to jump in there and try to answer your questions. So, all right, so we got a couple of drawings to give away. Let me share my screen so we can get these drawings out of the way so we can get started on our demonstration. All right, where am I? Here we go. Hopefully this saved. I think I went through this last time. Alright, hold on. There we go. Alright, last week. This is the wheel. Let me shuffle. This is the wheel for last Sunday's video. And if you joined me, I put together the kit. A little note of thanks. The notes of cheer. That's what it was. Notes of cheer. So if you liked, commented, and shared, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, you're on here. And if you shared, you know your name is on here twice. So thank you for everybody that did all of that. And we are going to spin. And if you recall, there were 3 cards with 3 super cute scalloped coordinating envelopes. It's kind of hard for me to grab these right now. I don't know why I'm shaky. But there are the envelopes, and these were the cards. Remember that butterfly one as well? So we're going to be giving those away. And let me go ahead and spin for those. It is Corin. Congratulations, Corin. All right, so let me put those away. Y'all, literally, I'm not sure why I'm shaky. Pinched myself. All right, now what we're going to be giving away is, if you remember, in the month of February, anybody that shared any of my videos got into a special drawing. And so let me go to, why does it keep doing that? I'm not trying to look at ads. I want to see my wheels. There we go. February 2023 shares. All right, so whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, if you shared, for every video that you shared, or for every week that you shared, your name is on here, and the date that you shared the video is off to the side. And if you remember, I was going to be gifting the Happy Labels bundle, which includes the stamp set and the punch, and we're going to be giving that away. So let's shuffle this really, really good. And good luck, everybody, and thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna do it. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's spinning. Oh, it's Margaret Brady. Write her name down. Margaret Brady, and it was her February 19th video share that did that. So congratulations, Margaret. I think you have won before. I'm almost certain you've won before. So let me put that aside, and I keep pinching myself on my bottom. I don't know how I'm doing that. All right, so while I'm sharing my screen, let me go ahead and share with you really, really quick the spring retreat. The registration, I have it wrong on here. The registration deadline is not March the 9th. It's actually March the 6th, which is tomorrow. So it was supposed to be set for 30 days before the retreat. Couple of things. If you are interested in coming to the spring retreat, the live retreat in Waxahachie, Texas at the Crafty Chicks Cottage, April 6th through the 9th. It is Easter weekend, so, but we can still celebrate Jesus while we're on our retreat. There is one spot left. There's one spot left. And so if you're interested in coming, message me right away so that I can get the retreat invoice to you. Registration does close tomorrow, and that also includes for the to-go. So, last chance. This is the to-go. If you can't come, it's $116. If you're local to me in the San Antonio, Texas area, you can pick up for $101, so you can save shipping on that. The make and takes are going to be surrounding the Buy the Base Suite collection, which is in your mini catalog, and then also the other half of the make and takes. So there's actually going to be double make and takes on this retreat. It's going to be using the On the Ocean bundle, also in the mini catalog as well. So get your registrations in, and if you're not interested in the make and takes but you want to take one of the add-on classes, there's the Ready to Ride Suite class, which is $45, $53 with shipping, where you can make 4 cards and a bonus scrapbook page and receive $40 in merchandise. Or you can choose the Regency Park Suite collection, which is the bundle that I used last month for the classes. Same thing, 4 cards, bonus scrapbook page as well. Or you can purchase the tutorials if you have everything and you just want to know how to make everything. That's an option as well. So you have those couple of options. I think that was it on that one. Yes. I'm back in StreamYard. Okay. So last chance. Tomorrow is the registration deadline, and then after tomorrow, we start ordering things and start putting things together. So yeah, it's exciting. Retreats are exciting. So if you've never been to one, definitely I would encourage you to have some me time and get away. And if you can't, that's why we offer them to go as well. So you can have your retreat with a friend. I actually have a lady that's taking 2 retreats to go, so she can share with a friend. But yeah, let's see. Beverly says, I enjoy the paper pumpkin kits every month. Quick, easy card projects, and love building my Stampin' Up! Cube inventory. Definitely. It is an economical way to build up your ink collection if you are, trying to do that, because every single month you do get a new color, which is nice. And your stamp collection. So if you're not concerned about having the latest and greatest, and you want some favorite stamps that have some really cute sentiments and some pictures, I say pictures, but images, that's a great way to build up your stamp collection, and that's already included with what you get. So, and I will tell you that the best way to subscribe is to subscribe monthly, because when you do that, your shipping is already included in with your kit, so you don't have to pay additional shipping, as opposed to when you purchase a prepaid code. So yes, congratulations Corin, and congratulations Margaret, and hello Adrian. Adrian is watching us from YouTube. Okay, so what is going to be the share giveaway for the month of March? Anybody guesses? Anybody guess? You probably wouldn't guess. All right, so y'all know we have online exclusives that are now available, which is not just the Simply Irresistible Suite collection, but there's also the, oh, I've got it right here. I meant to grab it. Hold on. It is right here. Which is the naturally gilded, ooh, that's bright. The naturally gilded paper, which there's a couple of colors in there. There's this, let me just pull it out so you guys can see. We have this silver tone, pretty, 12 by 12. There's 2 sheets in each one, and I believe this is $10. And then we have this very vanilla and gold. These would be some things that you probably want to grab because when fall comes around, these may not be around. And then the last one is 2 sheets of this copper on white. This copper on white. So that's one of the online exclusives, as well as the frosted dots, the designer series paper. We put these prizes off to the side, and the 3 embossing folders, the 3D embossing folders, which I have it over there. I've showed y'all before on some other videos, but the prize for March will be the classic letters stamp set. And so there are 56 letters on here, and they're actually larger than you think. They're larger than you think. Let me pull those out. They're pretty large. Wouldn't that be fabulous if they came out with dies that coordinated with this? That would be just, am I asking too much? So, keep in mind, the month of March, when you share any of my videos, you will be put into a special drawing at the end of the month. So the drawing will be done at the first video in April, and the prize is going to be the classic letters stamp set that is an online exclusive right now. So good luck everyone, and make sure you share, and then when you share, make sure that you come back into the comments and type shared, because I won't know to give you extra credit. There's, you know, privacy settings and such out there where we can't always see who all shares. I mean, some of them you can, but not everybody. So you want to make sure you get credit for sharing. All right, so let's go ahead and let me flip this camera so we can get started on our demonstration. Let me take a sip of Sprite, get some sugar in me here. If y'all joined me a couple of weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, I guess, is when I started working with the Simply Irresistible suite, which is the stamp set and coordinating dies. But we also have a package of loose frosted dots. So you got several colors in there. One of which, I believe that darker one is that pretty peacock color that's returning. So that's fabulous as well. And then also, if you have not seen the designer series paper yet, let me fan this out. You got 12 different designs, and I think on one of my designs I've used up all the sheets, and I think I've used it up because of the kits that I already had to cut for the month. And so this little scrap right here is the biggest piece I have left over from like the last design to show you. So that's why this is just kind of hanging out here. But look at all these pretty colors. You got soft sea foam, pretty peacock, pretty, where's my pink? I just like petal pink. I don't know why I was calling it pretty pink. Calypso coral, and then some basic white, and then also I believe it's Daffodil Delight is in there. Pretty designs. And let me see if I can flip this over. Oh, and then the other side, sorry about that. And the other side we have this design, and then the other is that for this piece right here. So lots of pretty coordinating colors that work well together. And we're going to go ahead and get started, because on my kits that I cut them pretty much exactly like how you would get them when you get your kit. Okay, so this card is going to look familiar, and I'm just going to do it again. And let me bring this down and turn this off. I didn't mean to turn it on, I meant to turn it off. It was already off. Let me bring this down a little bit. Oh, it's so bright. There we go. Let me turn that off. Just seems bright. But if you recall, about 3 weeks ago, I did this card, and it has some embossing on with that. And so we are going to be doing that card again. I liked the card so much that I was like, let's turn it into a class. let's turn it into a class. So in the event description, you will see a link, and that's going to have the supplies. So if you are interested in recreating, I'm looking for my bone folder, recreating this card, you can definitely go take a look at that to see what you need in order to complete it. But if you want to take the class kit, you can get it by placing an order of at least $35 or more on my website, and you'll get a kit to make 2 each of the cards that I'm making today. And this one is going to be opening top to bottom like that. And because it's an online exclusive, I thought in my limited edition stamp set that I would just stamp the back of them limited edition. So I'm going to leave that open, and these will be the pieces that you'll have in your kit. This white one, let me go ahead and put that on the inside of our card. It'll be on the bottom. I can grab my, there we go. I know y'all can't see this, but for some reason I'm shaky. I'm shaky, and I don't know why. I know it may not look it, but I feel it. Okay, so we're just going to put that on the inside. Very, very simple. Okay. Now on the outside, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stamping around the perimeter of the card. And we're going to be doing that with the splotch stamp. And I don't want it to be super dark. So what we're going to be doing is stamping and then stamping off, and just move your stamp. I'll just do it this way. Just move your stamp all the way around. Just kind of turn it in different directions, and we're just going to do the perimeter. And then let me get the top, because the middle part is going to get covered up with what we're going to be doing. Okay, so just like that. Now, when you do get your, am I done with this? Yes. When you get your class kit, you'll get a set of tutorials. So no worries, you'll have all the dimensions, all the supplies, and then step by step how to do it. And something like this piece of basic white cardstock, this will be already embossed for you, and this is one of the new 3D embossing folders that's part of a basic embossing folder set on the online exclusive. So we're going to put this directly down, and I'm going to use glue. So I got a new thing of glue out. Let's put a little glue. And we're going to put this in the middle. Okay, so it's going to cover up all that blank area that we did not. Smooth that down. That way you don't see any lines on the other side. And then you're going to have 2 pieces of daffodil cardstock. The long one, that's the width of the card. Is that straight? I guess it is. Okay, this one is going to go down first in the middle of the card. So let's get a little glue on here. And put that down in the middle. Okay, it's just going to straddle from one end to the other, going across. And try to remember my steps. You're also going to have a little strip of this frayed ribbon, and I am pulling the end because I want it to be frayed. I want it to be frayed. And that's how easy it is to fray. So in the instructions, all you have to do literally is at the end of one of the sides, or it's going to be both of the sides, just start pulling on it and you'll start to see the you'll start to see it unravel. Okay, and sometimes it just is like really smooth, and sometimes it can be a little challenging, obviously. So let me cut that. Let me try this again. You want to try to unravel like the last. Why was the other side so easy? The other side was so easy. Y'all saw how easy that was. It's like it's catching on. I don't like that. But I still need to keep it unraveled. So I'm still going to try to unravel it here. I'm trying to grab the... What is wrong with this? My breath just did all that all over here. Let me get that out of the way. What is wrong with this? I'm going to get anxiety on here. Well, there. I kind of fanned it out a little bit. We just want to fray at least the last ½ inch of the side. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it like that. That is frayed enough. You know what? It's still kind of long though. Let's do this. Let me cut that. There we go. That one's a little easier. Goodness. All right, we really just want the end frayed. It's gonna want to keep coming out. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. So let me get this out. Okay, whoo-wee. I still don't like that. Oh my gosh. It's not frayed enough. And I can't see where the end of it is. Where is the end? I don't want to have to cut it again. There we go. Oh my gosh, hold on. This is driving me nuts, you guys. It's not supposed to be this difficult. Y'all saw how easy it was on the first time I did it. I'm trying to straighten it out. Because I'm about to be done with this one. It keeps catching on. Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Or have a panic attack. Alright. So basically we want to fray both ends. Okay. Most of that is gonna get covered up. And so I'm gonna put a strip of Stampin' Seal. And I'll put the more frayed in on my left side. Okay, we're going to put that right about halfway, where it's halfway on the cardstock and halfway on the embossed. So a lot of that's going to get covered up, so really I just want a little bit of that. But that was crazy, you guys. All right. You're also going to have a piece of this designer series paper in there, and on this one what we're going to do is we are going to put this up with dimensionals. Okay, so let's put a dimensional on all four corners. Come up, yeah. Okay, and then this piece, I think it looks better in this direction, so we will put it right here, and we're going to put this on, but we're going to put this kind of a little bit lower and off to the right. Okay, that way you can still see that frayed part that's poking out there. Kind of start building it up. And then you're going to have this circle from the stitched circle. This is the large stitch circle. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's the one that has the circles and the squares and the banners on it. You're going to have a die cut already in there with that one. You want to put adhesive kind of off to the side like that. And then when you put it down, put it sort of like in the middle. Okay, this adhesive is going to get covered up, but you want it to be able to stick to that designer series paper that's on there. Okay, and then you're also going to have another piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock, and on this one what we're going to be doing is embossing. So let's do some embossing. Let me move that out of the way. We have our little embossing buddies kit here, and what we need is Versamark. Versamark is this sticky substance that our embossing powder is going to be sticking to. But before we do that, I'm glad I remembered, we have our little embossing buddy. We want to rub this over the piece of cardstock. You can also use a dryer sheet if you don't have an embossing buddy. And then I think this piece is big enough. Oh my goodness, it's probably not big enough. Let me grab a larger piece. I'm going to have to put larger pieces in the kits. All of my pieces are the same, so that means I probably need to change my kits. So I can make sure that these pieces are large enough for you guys to stamp on. But what we do is we take the stamp image that we're going to be using, and you want to make sure you've got it good and inked up with Versamark. Versamark is a clear ink, so on the bottom of your stamp it will look wet. And once you do that, and let me do the embossing buddy real quick again, what that does is that takes the static off of the paper so that your embossing powder doesn't stick where it's not supposed to. Okay, so we're just going to do that. Give it some pressure. It will look wet on your paper, and while it's wet, that is when you want to put your powder over it. So we're just going to sprinkle some white embossing powder. This is part of the basics. You'll get this one, the clear one, and the black one. And then you want to just kind of shake that over your image. Then tap off the excess. You need to thump it, tap it, whatever you got to do. That way, this one's pretty clean. If there were any stray marks around it, that's where you could take the brush and then just kind of lightly brush it away. And then you also have these little clips in order to, let me close this. Move this out of the way. Like tweezers, like reverse tweezers, to help hold this down. And then we are going to be using our heat tool, and you will start to see this become shiny as the embossing powder starts to heat up. So let me turn this on. I'll try to get it at an angle where you can see. You don't want to hold it too close to the paper, but once you start to see it turn a really bright white, that's how you know it's starting to set. And you can just follow it along and kind of see it get brighter before your eyes. And then go around. There we go. Our heat tool has a couple of speeds to it. Now, what I didn't say is before I use the heat tool, you don't want to touch the powder because it hasn't set. And if you touch it or accidentally bump into it and something goes across it, it will take the powder off and you pretty much have to start over. But now that it's set, I can touch it. It's got that shine to it. See that? It's got a little shine to it. And so now what we're going to do is, hopefully you guys can see this. Let me bring this up just a little bit so I don't hit it. The Boho mini embossing machine that's no longer available. So if you missed out, you missed out on getting this. Don't say we didn't tell y'all about this. It was a join special through Celebration. So I'm going to be using the coordinating die cut to, let me get it right here, to die cut this out. And we got a little sandwich going here. You can still get the white one. If you still want one, you can still get one, but it'll be white. There we go. That's how easy that is. And then that's not going to go far because I have the other two pieces that I have to do. So now we have this piece die cut. In your kit, you'll also have a scrap piece that'll have the other two that you need to die cut. Those will also have coordinating dies as well, if I can grab it. Grab it. Let's do this one. Okay. I think I put the wrong one in this kit. It's supposed to be one that has two on there. Wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, so we have that one, and then I need to do this one as well. There's an even smaller die cut. So in order to complete the cards as designed, you will need to have the Irresistible Blooms bundle, and so you definitely want to make sure. I believe the bundle is 53, if I remember correctly. The other one was supposed to be just 2, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this one since I have this one in there. I'm not going to go fishing for the other one. In your kit, it'll either be the image that I'm doing now. It'll be 2 of those, or it'll be one of these and the other one that's supposed to be. Like I'll show you on the other card, the original card. Get that lined up a little better there. There we go. Just run that through. And then we're going to almost be ready to put this thing together. Back together. Alright, so let's bring our card back. Now, what are we going to do first? We're going to put our flower on first. Those of you that watch my videos, y'all know I like to try to give a little dimension to my flower. So I'm just going to curl around the edges a little bit, and we're going to put it on with a couple of dimensionals. And we're going to turn our flower sort of this way. Okay. And then same thing with the leaves. I'm just going to use my fingers so I don't have to break my bone folder out. I'm just going to pinch my leaves so they have a little dimension to them. Put one on there. I think I meant to put a glue dot on there, but we're going to slide this one up underneath, right there. And this one, we're going to put at the top. So in your kit, this one may be a one leafer, two leafer, or the 3-leaf image. In my card, in the original card, it's only the 2-leaf, as you can see. Okay, and we're going to put this one up on the top. Okay, the dog is snoring in the other room. I don't know if y'all can hear. And I'm going to put this on after I do my sentiment. Also, you'll have 2 pieces that are already punched for you with the double oval scallop punch. And on this sentiment, we're gonna stamp hello. Perfect. And let's put some adhesive on the back of this and mount this to the evening evergreen. Put a dimensional on the back. We're going to put that over here off to the left, just like that. And then the other small die cut, we're just going to use a glue dot and sneak that back behind here. So it's just kind of poking out there. And the last thing in your kit will be 2 6-inch strips of linen thread. And we're going to make a double bow, if I can get this right the first time. I don't like that, so let's do it again. I don't know why I'm shaky. It probably doesn't look like I am, but inside I am. Alright, so now I have my double bow. And if you need to make your little pieces smaller, you can just pull on the ends and tighten it, and then we'll do a little trim in there at the end. But we're going to attach that with a glue dot, and we're going to put that right here at the base of that flower. And you see kind of how that hangs off? Let's trim that. I'm just going to trim it just like that. And there is card number 1. See? Easy, easy. And that way you don't see the adhesive from the back. But yeah, you've got a lot of detail to that. So yeah, card number 1. The only thing left to do really is to add on a couple of loose frosted dots. And I think on this one, let's do it with glue. Let me put one right here as opposed to on that. We'll put one there, and I'll put one here. On my sample, I put 3. Let's go ahead and do 3. We'll put one over here. I'm just putting a little bit of dab of glue because these loose frosted dots are literally like, there's no adhesive on them. So you gotta pick them up. Let me see if I can pick it up from the end here. It keeps picking it up from the, there we go. I wanna put a big one right there. Glue dots would probably work better as well. And then let me grab a smaller one and put that one over here. And then another one. Oops, come on now. Flip over. It's like a turtle. They're flat on one side and they have domed on the other. There we go. We'll put one right there. Now that glue will dry clear there. And that'll finish off the card with those loose frosted dots. And I just put 3 of the same color. On my original one, I put one of the pretty peacock ones on there, but I think I kind of like it when they're all the same color because it helps balance out the Daffodil Delight that's on the card. So, all right. This card number 2. I'm bringing that down a little bit. I got some die cutting going on in this one as well. So let me bring my pieces out. On this one, when I show this one, I'm opening it this way, but on the actual tutorial and all of the instructions, it will be opening like a book, okay? It'll be opening like normally a card, okay? Which I didn't change on here. I have it opening the same way. So I'm going to just do it the same way since I already have this one. But in your kit, it opens like this. So sorry about that. I just realized I didn't. It was an afterthought because each one of these cards is a different direction. And I had already done the first one. So sorry about that. I should have looked. I should have double checked before I did this. So let's stamp the back. We're going to be using Evening Evergreen. And let's stamp the back. Limited edition. Okay, I'll leave that out. And we're going to go ahead and put this on the inside. Of course, if you have, you know, soft seafoam and you still want it to go the same way that I'm doing it, you can definitely do that. Cut yourself another base. Okay, so we are going to have a mat that is embossed. I don't know what design this is. It's like a crisscross, and like the design name is on the tip of my tongue, but I just, for some reason, I can't think of what it might be called. So if anybody knows what this might be called, let me know. And we're going to put that on the front. I think this Evening Evergreen and this soft seafoam look well together. And then I had a piece of designer series paper in mind, but I decided to take it out just to show more of the embossing. But if you have an extra piece, you can certainly put like this piece in, and you can put this piece over. That way the designs show through. But I took that piece out, and this is the die cut. This circular one from from these die cuts. When you use that on your cardstock, this is the design you'll get. And if you really want to use the inside of it, you can cut it out. You just have to do a little more cutting around the circles. That way, I can't grab that. That way they don't look square where they were cut, if that makes sense. That'll actually take some extra time, so I would just leave it on there. But it does look cute when it's taken off, by the way. All right, so we're going to put this up with dimensionals, this piece right here. That way you can see that pretty embossing through there. And fortunately on this one I went ahead and did die cutting. Yay! So I'm just going to ruffle up my my flowers a little bit. And we're going to put some dimensionals on the back and get these down. So thank you all for being here with me today. We're going to put this one off to the side, kind of like that. And the smaller one, these were die cut directly off of the designer series paper. So if you don't have, you know, if you don't want the stamp or you don't have it just yet, you can definitely get away with just die cutting the flowers off of the designer series paper. But on this one, because I was using soft seafoam as a base, I wanted the flowers to be lighter. And so that's why I did the ones that were in this So Saffron, or it's lighter than Daffodil Delight. It's definitely lighter than Daffodil Delight. So I don't know. It looks like Daffodil Delight, but it could be So Saffron. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to put this on. This down with some glue dots. I'm just getting some glue dots on the back of that. And we are going, oh, you know what? I forgot to stamp my sentiment. Oh my goodness. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Well, I can't stamp it now because I have a dimensional right there. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Y'all, I forgot to stamp my sentiment, and I'm not looking at the comments, and y'all were probably telling me you forgot to stamp your sentiment. Okay, so before you put that down, you have to stamp your sentiment, and I'm trying to figure out how I can do that now. Well, I'm gonna just do it, but I gotta take this out first. So don't pay attention to what I'm doing right now, okay? I'm trying to recover here. Hopefully we will get this the first time. It seems flat enough, but let me try to take some more of that dimensional off there. I'm fixing what I did wrong, you guys, so bear with me. Bear with me. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend is the stamp sentiment. All right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? It worked. It worked. Yay. Okay, so what am I gonna do now? I'm going to grab another dimensional. I'm going to put it on the bottom, take my thing off, and then just tap that corner down. Phew! Great save, Barbara. I don't recommend doing that at home, okay? But it worked. All right, so let's get a couple of more glue dots on the back of this one. And this one we're gonna put up underneath here, and you wanna kind of put it at an angle where it doesn't interfere with the sentiment there. And the smaller pink one, I'm gonna rough that one up a little bit and put a glue dot on the back. And we want that one to peek out over here as well. Okay, there we go. And then there will be a piece. No, maybe I changed my mind. Let me throw those off to the side. Y'all can see during designs I changed my mind a couple of times. But what we have left to do is the linen thread and our loose frosted dots. So I'm gonna grab a couple of, grab my just going to use this as a guide because I need 2 6-inch strips of linen thread. Let's cut that in half. There we go. And let's do a double bow. Yay! Okay. And using a glue dot, we're going to put the bow up here as opposed to down where the flowers are, just to kind of balance our card there. And then we got some loose frosted dots. We're going to put, I'll put a dab of glue on there. I'm going to put one right there. And let's put one right here. So I can grab one that's already on the, okay, let's do it that way. I'm going to put a big one right there on that part of the die cut. And let me grab a small one. I'm going to put the small one on that one. Get that back on there. It's moving on me. And then we'll find a medium size one and put that one right there. And call it a day with that card. So, in your kit, the card will open like a book as opposed to this way. Okay. I changed it, but I didn't come back in my cut kit for the demonstration and change it there. Now, the only other thing that I did to this card is Winkastella. I put, got Winkastella on the bottom of that one. Some came out. We're just gonna put some Winkastella over our, oh my goodness, that came out too much right there. See if I can get that. It's glitter in a brush. So if you want a little sparkle to your projects, you can do Winkastella and add some glitter to your flowers. It got wet at the bottom with that Winkastella that just came out when I opened the cap. So hopefully that'll dry, but it'll be glittery when it dries. But let's see if you can see that. See that shine? That's what Winkastella will do to your flowers. So it just gives it a little bit of sparkle. So there is card number 2. And then card number 3, you guys will recognize from the last time I did it. So we're going to be doing that one. And let me grab my pieces. We have our petal pink card base, and this is going to be a landscape card. And we're going to go ahead and stamp the back in Evening Evergreen since I already have that one's ready. There we go. Let's move that off to the side. Let's put our white insert in on the inside. As always, stamp your sentiment before you go putting it on the inside. Alright. And you're going to have a piece of Flirty Flamingo and this basic white. And let's go ahead and stamp on our basic white. So what we're going to be doing on the basic white, the same thing that we did with the splotch, we're going to be doing it but with petal pink. And I know I need to clean my splotchy stamp, because I had Evening Evergreen on it the first time. Let me make sure there's nothing on there. Nope. Okay. So we're going to be splotching Petal Pink, kind of randomly. We'll do it one more time right there. And I'm going to leave that open a little bit. I'm not going to worry about the left because that part gets covered up with the flowers. Okay, and then now we're going to stamp Thank You. So tap, tap, tap. And we're going to stamp Thank You up here in the top right hand corner. Perfect. And that is all, that's not all the stamping. I've got a little white piece over here that we're going to stamp a set of leaves. Yeah, I stamped it. I must have re-inked my Evening Evergreen because that's, I mean my, sorry, I don't know if I've been calling this Evening Evergreen, but it's Soft Succulent. Soft Succulent. If I've been calling it Evening Evergreen, oops, I don't know why I'm thinking of Evening Evergreen. Alright, so let's go ahead and mat these pieces. The part that I stamped on gets matted onto this piece of Flirty Flamingo, just like that. And then that mat gets added onto the front of our card. Let me put some in the middle. Right in the front. Smack dab in the middle. And hopefully that looks like that's the middle. Okay. And then you're going to have this strip of Petal Pink. And with this, I'm going to have to bring back our embossing. I'm sorry, bring this up a little bit. Our little embossing machine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this piece will go in there, and what cuts that out is this long die. Okay, I like to line it up on one end, barely. So I can get that at the end. There we go. Make my little go. That way it comes out as one piece. It's going to come out as one piece, but at least on one end it's still connected, so it makes it easier to pull apart. Oops, that was tight. Okay, let me put that off to the side. I am going to have to bring that back. But when you take this off, you want to be gentle because it, like I said, it is one piece. And so if you start pulling it too much, if it helps, you can take your pick to help pop it out. Just pop it through those holes. I would actually suggest that because that'll keep it from really ripping like and then breaking. You could also run it back through again if you wanted to run it back through again, if it makes it a little easier to separate, but it'll start to separate. Like I said, you got to be careful. You're going to have pieces that are left over in there, and you know those pieces, don't worry about it. You can get rid of those. But once the inside pieces start to come out, you'll realize what the piece that's left is what we're going to be using. And let me just take my paper snips. I don't want those. Where do all my snips go? Like right now, the only ones I have in front of me are my, oh, there we go. Were my ribbon snips. And I'm like, where are all my snips going? So I'm just going to cut the end off. There we go. See how you have all these loose pieces, but it's still connected? And then let me get those inside pieces gone. Those little stubborn pieces. Oof, there we go. That's what you're left with. Get those out of the way. All right, so what are we going to do with this one? We're going to flip that over. I think that would be difficult to use with adhesive, but I don't know. Maybe it's better. Maybe it'll be better with adhesive. I got a little loose piece in there. I don't know if that's going to come out. Anyway, but what I did is I flipped it over, and what I did the last time is I just used our all-purpose glue, and all of these little dots I dabbed a little bit of glue on. Don't do too much. A little dab will do. So I just went down, do all the big ones. I don't know, glue dots might be more troublesome. And then go back and do the smaller ones. This is the last card, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. These classes always go a little longer than just another live, just so you know. So if you're watching the replay, you can feel free to skip through all of those announcements and get to the card making. Okay, so now you have this piece that has all these little glue dots on the outside, and we're gonna flip it back over. Oh, that looks bad. I'm gonna flip it back over, and we are going to put it across our card. There we go, and then just smooth it down. All right. And then I think I'm going to keep those two pieces from the other card. I'm going to bring those back and use those in there. Because I have my little piece where I can die cut, but I've already got a set of those die cuts, so I'm going to do that. But in your kit, the piece to cut those will be in your kit, as well as the two flowers, and then the piece that you need to stamp and die cut that particular one. If you have the paper, you can simply just die cut from the paper, but on this one I just wanted to show how you can die cut from after you stamp as well. So we're going to be die cutting the leaf. So you have a couple of options on your card. So if you want to stamp the image, you can, or you can die cut from the designer series paper. Okay, so there we go. We got that piece, and then let's do our flowers. Let's see if I can do both of them at the same time. You got your smaller die cut. There we go. And then we've got our larger flower back here, so let me scoot that up a little bit. I'm going to try to do both of them at the same time here. And then we've got that one. All right, nobody move. Nobody move. Oh, that moved. That moved. Ugh. Can I try this again? probably should have used my bigger one, but I have my smaller one here, so we're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it and keep that down. I was trying to hold the end of it down until I got all the way to the end. There we go. I think I needed a small flower, but I might have one already. All right, so let's get our flowers on. So curl the edges of that. I'm going to put the large one on first. Okay, we're going to put that one kind of up here, kind of at an angle like that. And then we'll rough up the smaller one. Get a dimensional on the back of that one. And we're going to put that one kind of down here. Right? Now, the one that we just die cut, where did it go? Where did it go, you guys? It was right on top of the card, Barbara. Oh my gosh, you guys. So let me pinch my leaves there. And let's put this on with some glue dots. Get some glue dots on the back of that. And we're going to sneak that back in here, just like that. And then the two die cuts that I'm going to go ahead and use just for the purposes of time, and I think I just put that on the wrong side. Let's just do that. I'm going to put one of them. Okay, that just looks weird. Hold on. Let me see if I can take that glue dot off. Oh, good. I got it off. We're going to flip it around the other side. There we go. Gonna sneak that one back behind there, and the smaller one, I'm going to put a glue dot on that one, and we're going to poke this one out right there. And then also you're going to have 3 scraps of the white glittered organdy ribbon. We're going to put a glue dot on the end of one side, and this is where we're going to start to put it it's supposed to go down a little bit more. So that they peek out in different spots. Okay, and then take the last one. If you need to trim the edges off a little more, you can certainly do that, but I think that will work. I'm not going to worry about the small one. On this card, there's a small pink one, and I do have one, and I'll go and I'll put that on later. But the last step, other than, we'll put one right here. I'll put some loose frosted dots on. So let's put one right there. Let's put one right there, and let's put one right there. You can put them anywhere you really want. But we're going to be doing the pink ones. So let's get, oh, it went right where it was supposed to. Yay. Let's do a small one right there. And we'll put another big one down here. Or a medium one, or whichever one really decides to come up on my take your pick. Hold on. I needed to take a sip of drink. With the exception of that small little flower, there is card number 3. So let me bring all of them back. We are at the end, so let me bring them all back. And I will show you. Go. So, what was supposed to happen was card number 1 opens this way, card number 2 is supposed to open this way, and then card number 3 was going to be landscaped. So, but in the kits will be right as far as card number 2. So no worries about that. And there is the card kit for the first of from March the 1st through the March 15th. So with your order of $35 or more, you can get the class kit in order to make this set of cards, all 6 cards. You will need the Irresistible Blooms bundle in order to complete it as designed, or you know, obviously you can substitute sentiments, but you know, in order to do the die cutting or to die cut the flowers. So but you'll have those pieces in with your kit. Everything will be cut and die cut and punched, everything as much as possible embossed, with the exception of anything that has to do with the Irresistible Blooms bundle itself with the stamping and die cutting. So it will include your ribbon, but it won't include the loose frosted dots. But if your order is $50 or more, you'll get a package of these. And currently they are out of stock. I didn't look to see when they're coming back, but they're not available to order right now. So thank you all for joining me. I know it was a little bit longer than normal. Beverly says the pastels are so springy. Yes, I totally agree. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Marcia. Beverly likes the die for the center of the card. Is that card number, is that the middle card that you're talking about, Beverly? I think it is. Thank you, Donna. So thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the card class. If you want the supply list, it's in the event description. But if you'd rather have the card kit, I could do that as well. Also, tutorials are available as well. So you all have a great day. Thank you, Stella. Wherever you are, make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. And I will see you all next Sunday at 3 p.m. So have a great day, y'all. Bye.